I don't know who I would be without football in my life, or what I'd be doing. Everywhere I've went, it's always given me a sense of belonging. So even like going to college, always found it easier to, transition to that because you had football there. Going to secondary school, you always were able to make new friends because you had football. So it's just made everything so much easier throughout life, I think, just by having it, as a part of your life. All of the connections that I've had, family involvement, friends, and then being able to, I suppose, have more friends outside of like your county or your club has always been like really special as well. Just to be involved in those GA circles and meet people outside of your hometown. I suppose I have to talk about my business. I've set up a new sportswear brand. The other director, Noelle, has played for Sligo for 20 years, and I would have got friendly with her after the All-Stars. It allowed me to transition from being a physiotherapist into having my own sportswear brand that is, LGFA licensed, and we make jerseys for LGFA teams and everything like that. I think that's probably opened a massive door for me in changing my whole career path from, I suppose, going through 4 years of college and qualifying as a physiotherapist and working, in a hospital, and then completely transitioning into a sportswear world as well. When I go back to my younger years, like when I was doing my leave insert and studying for that and playing intercounty minor football, that you always had to have that self-discipline to, do your study on time for training, because you were obviously going to be gone for the evening. It was never about choosing one over the other. It was always trying to about fit the two of them in, and I suppose be disciplined enough to study and not leave the study behind. Now, even when I'm a director of business, with the business, it's about, I suppose, having self-discipline and time management around training now and being your own boss. I suppose it has kind of taught me to maybe be a leader in one sense, in that like when you're going through school, you're captain of football teams in school, you're captain of underage teams, now you're captain of club teams and all that, like as you get older. So I suppose that's the way it's kind of shaped me into, being a leader and having the confidence to be a leader, and I suppose having the confidence as well to deal with people, in that you're able to communicate to a large group of girls as a captain. If there's an issue, you're able to sort it, or you're able to, I suppose, help somebody when they mightn't be doing too well, and being able to carry that maybe into your work life. There are always going to be things that you've maybe encountered before, but in a different setting of your life as well, so it always stands to you going forward. I don't know who I would be without having football in my life, or what I'd be doing. It's something that my whole family are involved in. My father's the manager, I play with my sister, my brother has done stats, my mother has washed the jerseys, but outside of family, it's that community involvement that, it's more than just the team and the management, it's family, it's the club, it's the community and everybody that wants to get involved and get behind you. And even for me anyway, personally, being able to win an All-Ireland final and bring a cup back to your home community is just my way of saying thank you for everything that you've done for us, I suppose, because it's the people that make the sandwiches for us, that do the local lotto, that sponsor the team when we get to an All-Ireland final, and it's just being able to give back to them by saying this is what we've achieved and thanks to every single one of you. And I think that's what makes the club scene so special, is just it's not about the team and the management, it's about the whole community that get behind you as well. The All-Ireland final against Kerry in 2024, I probably found it my most difficult time in terms of being involved in ladies football, in that obviously the game didn't go the way it should have for us, but I felt like, I suppose you're not supposed to read everything in the media, but I probably got a bit of negative comments after that, which probably do stick with you. I had one person say to me, everybody thinks you're finished, and those kind of things probably stick with you in your head. Then you quickly dust yourself off and you're back into the club scene. And after that, I suppose last year, winning AIB Club Player of the Year for ladies football, and to have Sarah Gormley at the top of the Hogan stand accepting the cup and saying that I've never thanked myself and that I was an inspiration to her and to the team. I think that was the one thing about having the camaraderie of the group that really probably flipped the whole year on the head for me, because you're coming from such a negative and people saying negative things towards you. I think I'm just going to talk about my parents. Dad he's so smart. He's probably one of the smartest men I've ever come across in my whole life about any topic. And I think even, his football brain, even as a manager, the way he sees the game, I think that's something that probably me and Nicola have learned from him, and maybe we might spot the same things that he does. Then when you look at Mom, who's also been involved with us since we were very young, her work ethic is something that, she's instilled in us as well, and, she'll work till she drops. Yeah, between the two of them, you like to think that you have a happy mix of, the person that you'd like to be as well, as a footballer.